two beautiful people. Okay, I'd like to introduce Ani Crane and Tim Huff, who will be our hosts today as they teach us the importance of haiku and friendship, and Lynn, and how it nourishes our souls. Tim Huff is a Binghamton, New York native and a custom window designer by day. He discovered his love for poetry during the early part of COVID and started writing haiku. As he sat on his back deck in St. Petersburg with his husband Randy of 31 years, he felt the natural world around them. The birds, the flowers, the plants, the trees and the sky became his inspiration, and the poems began to flow through him. Tim remembered his early life playing in the woods behind his house in Binghamton, and how good being in nature made him feel. His love of nature and poetry resulted in his first published book, The View from My Deck. You can find it over here. Haiku Inspired by Nature. Please welcome Tim Huff. It is now my great pleasure to introduce to all of you my dear friend and honorary sister, Ani Crane. As many of you know, Ani is magic. She makes things happen. Today is only one example. She was born and grew up in Queens, New York, and for the last 20 years, she has lived in Gulfport. Among her many achievements, she counts becoming a mother, a grandmother, and very proudly, a great-grandmother. She is a teacher of English and ESL, a psychic and tarot card reader, a radio talk show host, a storyteller, and a silver fox. Ani is a member of the One City Chorus, we see several of you here, and a dancer in Forever Moving, Moving Current. She is a playwright, lyricist for Act 3, an author writing her memoir, How I Arrived Here, you can find it over there, and co-author with me of How to Be Happy in the Time of Corona and in other times of stress. Right, Bridget? Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Please welcome Ani Crane.
Thank you, Kate, and welcome everybody for coming out today. This event began when Tim and I met and realized we both had books with haiku, and through that we developed a friendship. We began collaborating. How it happened was we met through a mutual friend. Then we became Facebook friends. And we loved everything each other put on Facebook. We had a similar sensibility, like everything we put on, like, I put something on, like, we always like what people put on. And he put on Abercrombie Park, where he brings his dog. So I was so curious to find out. So my bestie, sitting right over there, and I went to Abercrombie Park, and we fell in love with it too. But I digress. So anyway, my bestie and I said, let's get Tim's book. So I contacted him and said, we would like to buy your book. And that led to a meeting at Abercrombie Park. And I said, I'll bring my book. I'd like you to have it also. So at that time, we got to know each other a little better. And we found out the similarities that we have. We're both adopted. We both went to Catholic school, correct? We're both recovering Catholics. And we're both spiritual. So we had many things in common. And after a while, I said to myself, I have a plethora, this is about friendship I'm talking about. This is what I'm getting to. I have a plethora of beautiful women friends. I would like to get some men friends in my life. So I invited Tim to meet me for coffee. And at that time, Tim made me a proposal. It's not what you think. Look at me. His husband is shaking his finger at me. He proposed, how would you like to do something with our books? And I'm like, yes, I'm in. So that's how this all started. And then we continue meeting every so often at the coffee shop, planning, collaborating. And we took our show on the road a few times. We've been to the factory in the warehouse district at the storytelling event, and we got a nice reception there. And then we took it to, does anyone here know Laura Shepard? She has a TV show, a backyard TV show. So that was our next event. We took it to the Laura Shepard show. And then finally, where do we want to do this? And I said, let's do it at the Dali. And they're like, yeah, let's go, let's shoot for the moon. And we agreed. So we met, people asked me, how the heck did you get in the Dali? Well, we made a proposal, we made an appointment with the events planner. She liked what we did, and here we are. This is how we arrived here today. The title of my book, by the way, How I Arrived Here. One foot in front of the other, and lead with love. So here I am today. Now, during this process, I wanted to investigate friendship a little bit more, because it's very important to me. I think it should be primary, not a secondary relationship. I've been single for 30 years, so it's sustained me, my friendships with my beautiful friends over those 30 years. And I think it's a blessing and a treasure, and I think it's sacred. And I want to take this opportunity to wish everyone a happy Valentine's Day and a happy Friendship Day, because we know Valentine's Day is coming up. And in my research, I found out that the Latin American countries all have Friendship Days. And it's celebrated mostly on the same day as Valentine's Day. And in Mexico, pardon my Spanish, it's called El Día de la Amistad y el Amor, Friendship and Love Day. And they have a slogan like, Regal Aprecio, no lo compre, which means give away affection, don't buy it. So I like that concept. Give your affection away to your friends and loved ones. So those are some of them. And in Guatemala, El Día del Cariño, Day of Affection. And in Colombia, they have Día de Amor y Amistad. And one of the selling points was the event planner is married to a Venezuelan. And when I mentioned the Friendship Day, she goes, oh yes, my husband's from Venezuela. They celebrate that on Valentine's Day. So I am an action taker, and I just don't talk about it. So here's what I've done for Friendship Day. I want to have a Friendship Day in Gulfport. Friendship Day 2024. I've already contacted the City Council. I've contacted the Senior Center and the Gabber, a local. So that is my goal, to have Friendship Day celebrated on Valentine's Day in 2024. Another step I took for friendship, I'm friends for 70 years with my dear friend Yvonne. And yes, we knew each other in the cradle. So anyway, we're celebrating that friendship in May with a Friendship 70th Platinum Anniversary Party. And I think this is a first, a Friendship Anniversary Party. And the last thing I did, every occasion needs a song. So I did write a song called My Friend. but unfortunately, I'm a lyricist. I have the lyrics